significant amount in the coming months.
And with that, guys, stick around because coming up next we have, I believe, Metroid Zero Mission is on its way. AGDQ continues live from Washington, D.C. I'm Golden.
I am Sinister One.
And we will see you next time. See you next mission.
All right, guys. Well, once again, another big shout-outs to that race. That was amazing. A couple of announcements just real quick. It appears we've got a birthday girl in the house.
That was a lot of fun.
Who do we got in the house? And Emily.
That was incredible.
Whoever wants to join me in singing happy birthday? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jonathan. Happy birthday to you. All right, guys, and I really just need to get through just a couple of these donations, just a couple of really generous donations that came in. First of all, we had a $180 donation from SB2. Ivan, you beauty. That was esports. You all ran so well. Good game. Dear Force. $25 from an anonymous donor. Dat Super Metroid Run. Sweet Mother of God. I've got a $200 donation from Uranium Anchor. Uranium Anchor here. As I write this, the runners just got the gravity suit. Just wanted to give us a huge shout out. I wanted to give a huge shout out to everybody involved in this event for making this the best GDQ yet. And kill those animals because other M does not exist. Shout outs to UA. And one more donation I wanted to get in real quick. We had a $1,000 donation from Thomas Rafanes. Watching the Super Metroid race was like watching the finals at EVO. Totally amazing. Great job, runners. Great job, commentators. Wow. I want to thank you all very much. I think we all had a lot of fun. And Metroid Block is not done yet. Coming up next to close it out, we have got Metroid Zero Mission, which from the bidding war from you guys is going to be hard low percent by DragonDarch himself. I want to thank you guys. Final count. Let's see. 3126 to 1361. Oh, the viewer count. It's about 63,000. And I want to thank you guys once more for the kill save animal donations, totaling $67,288.29. Wow. Unbelievable. And right now we are coming up very close to $650,000 raised this year. And we still have a lot ahead of us. Get hyped for Vice City, Wind Waker, game in front of you, Zero Mission, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Chrono Trigger. Yeah, we still got a lot for you guys. Let's see how far we can push this. And I think real quick, we're going to take one short commercial break while we get set up for Zero Mission. And when we come back, you're going to see DragonDarch take on the Insane category. See you all soon.
Huh, the clip fell off the mic.
Is that the same one that Miles used?
I don't know.
Probably.
Clips, how do you work?
Let's see.
Give me a hand with this.
I think you just supposed to put this here. Right here. There we go.
has a Samus on it somewhere.
Okay, so Kirby's the only one who's not wearing weapons.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Oh my god, these
That
mics
face.
hurt my hands to push down on.
It's okay. This is Samus in a Vario suit. Red. No, that would be vomit colored.
All right. Sometimes yes. I can turn it down a little bit.
It's a
that's not
very,
problem.
very, very loud game.
There we go.
How's that?
Game Boy games can be really loud. in
Yeah.
general.
All right, you guys picking me up on the mic?
It's all good.
Am I not at all visible?
Yes, this is important. Is he on camera?
Oh man.
What?
Oh, wait, all of us are?
He needs to be off camera.
On my shoulder.
You're basically going to sit on back of his shoulders to actually be out of camera. Yes.
My shoulders need to be the only thing showing.
Oh God, I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah, just tally him up. I'll figure it out later.
Hard.
Okay.
Here we
Hard.
go.
Here we go.
So,
Now, when they say
This-
hard,
This is saying hard. This means hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see.
But before we start, I did want to say one thing real fast. I think everybody, unfortunately, is not in the room, especially Mike, who I originally wanted to smack when he suggested that 4-player Super Metroid race, but I'm glad it went off without a hitch. But Mike, you still owe me a bottle of vodka for that, I think. So, good timing, Mike. And stick around for this, because this is going to be awesome. I've watched this a lot. So,
You will not be disappointed.
Show off the prizes real fast.
Do it.
Go ahead.
This is the last game in the Metroid block, so it is your last chance to be able to win this amazing perler. $25 buy-in for this prize. And we also have an amazing Metroid poster. Drawn by Dan Schoening, the illustrator for the Ghostbusters comic book, and is also known as Dapper Dan, and it's $20 to buy in for this amazing artwork.
All right. We good? All right. In 3, 2, 1, go.
so who wants to explain this?
I can start with it.
Go for
so
it, Kirby.
the category DragonDarch is doing that you all donated for was it's this low percent hard mode. And one thing to go over is hard mode, first of all. In hard mode, a lot of enemy placements are different. You notice in this room, there's a lot of red zoomers instead of green ones. Everything does double damage. Each energy tank gives you only 50 health. Each missile tank gives you 2 missiles. Each super missile and power bomb tank only gives you 1 of each. And there's also a lot of minor differences, like bosses having different patterns, or you only having 1 minute to escape Torian rather than 2. But this basically means that like everything will kill you really quickly. Like you saw him take a hit from a zoomer and that did 40 damage already. So that's hard mode in a nutshell. It's really easy to die, and it wouldn't be so bad, except he's doing low percent. So the low percent is 10%. He gets 10 items in this category, which means he's not getting a single energy tank. The 10% he's going to get are, let me see if I can get this right. Ice Beam, Morph Ball, 1 missile tank.
No, 2 missile tanks.
Well, I'll go over that later. So, Ice Beam, Ice Beam, Morph Ball,
I
1
landed on
missile
the
tank.
edge. Get up there, Samus.
We should mention that wall jumping in this game is much more difficult than it is in Super Metroid. At least on a single wall.
I got all the way up there and I landed on the platform and wasn't expected to. So I was trying to make another wall jump to get up there.
So you get Ice Beam missiles, Morph Ball, the 3 unknown items plus Varia suit. You get Pyro Grip and let me see, bombs, and there's one more I'm forgetting. Oh, and then the 10%. So the 10% can be one of either a second missile tank, a super missile tank, or screw attack. And the reason for that is because in Chozodia, there's a room you have to go through with 3 missile blocks. There's no place to refill in that room, and those missile blocks reappear. So like, if you only have 2 missiles, then there's no way to go through that room. So you have to get either a second missile tank, or get a super missile tank, which helps, or just some screw attack blocks you can go through. And the route that DragonDarch is going to take is just by getting a second missile tank. And there's several reasons for that. The main reason being that against bosses, less missile refills are wasted. And the second missile tank helps a lot more on bosses.
Okay, so I'm taking a safety save here because I'm going to be using the risky strats in the hive room. These risky strats save about 30 seconds over the other way. So it's still worth it to try it at least once. But it requires taking a lot of intentional damage. I'm actually going to try and walk in without a lot of bugs giving me troll patterns here. All right. This first one's pretty basic, but it's the second one that I have to kill. It's impossible to do the strat without any missiles at all. Crap, didn't mean to get hit, but I should be all right.
When you guys have a second, I have a donation I think you're going to want to hear.
Very nice.
Yes, perfect room.
So that room right there without Longbeam, that room there makes everything really hard. And he doesn't have Longbeam, and he has very few missiles, so it's absolutely terrible to do.
And I'm also using beeping strats and skipping an energy tank.
Yeah.
As a side note, beeping strats, if I don't have beeping strats in a run, it's not a run.
There are a few easily placed power-ups that actually you need to spend some time avoiding, so it's kind of something it needs to keep focus on for that.
Thankfully, there's not many. That's actually probably the worst one in the entire run.
It's not as bad as Summon Fusion.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, that energy tank, man.
All right, so if you remember, I went over a list of items you have to get. Some of them are kind of obvious, like you obviously need Morph Ball and missiles and bombs to beat the game. And others are not so obvious. Ice Beam you need to beat Torian. You can't kill any Metroids. Pyro Grip is necessary because there's a random plant in Norfair that blocks your path to East Norfair. You can't get past it until you get Pyro Grip. That plant arbitrarily disappears after you get Pyro Grip, so that's why you need Pyro Grip. This is RNG, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, I have a $200 donation from Dragon Fangs.
Ooh. Dragon Fangs.
Dragon Fangs.
Who says, "Hey, DragonDarch, Fangs here. I've seen you practice, plan, and get this run down to something consistent, and it's been a great journey to follow. As an added incentive, I will, after the run, donate $1,000 minus 50 for every death you have.
Oh. Well,
I have faith in your deathless. You can do this. I know it.
All right.
I'm guessing that counts resets from getting
we should
upgrades.
have resets in there too.
No pressure or anything.
No pressure at all.
By the way, he has to go through this again, kind of, except it's a lot easier because he has 4 missiles now.
Yeah, that's one of the big. That's really the big time saver is. Otherwise, I'd be killing 3 of them with pretty much just the beam and maybe a couple missiles if I'm lucky. But doing it that way, I'm able to come back with a full stock of missiles to just destroy that one. That's literally where about 20 seconds of it comes from.
Also, the hive
Later, charge
reappears.
beam.
The hives reappear after you leave the room if you don't leave any of the hives alive. So like, there's actually 3 hives in the room, and if you're not too familiar with the room, there's an extra hive on the left side behind a missile tank. But obviously, you don't need to go through that because you don't want to get that missile tank.
All right, that was actually good. I got all the refills I wanted. Yeah, so you see I have 99 energy and 4 missiles. That's never getting higher, by the way. It's going to stay like that the rest of the game.
The bosses will be quite interesting.
Yeah. So this run kind of started out as a joke, almost. And I kind of blame Adam AK for this. Last year at AGDQ, just in the back room, I just did a low percent run just for fun. It wasn't a very good run. It was just kind of a casual thing. Went and started talking to Adam AK. He's like, "Oh, so you're going to offer that for AGDQ next year?" And we're like, "No." No. And, well, yeah. So
Here it is.
Yeah, here we are, after saying no several
Right.
times.
So a random thing you might have
okay.
missed. You saw DragonDarch do something called a jump extend. Basically, in Zero Mission, when you shoot out of your spin, you kind of hover in the air, break out of your spin, and then you can get a little bit of extra horizontal distance, like an extra pixel or 2.
Yeah.
And it's not that useful in Zero Mission, but it has a few situational uses if you want to like make a platform that's a few pixels away or something.
Yeah, that one there just avoids having to jump on that really skinny platform in the middle with 2 enemies circling it. I want to give shout outs. I think it was ZX that gave me that strat. It might have been Sam. One of the actually, I'll just give shout outs to both of them because without them, this run wouldn't be happening.
Yeah, they came up with a lot of amazing strats to make this look speedrunnable because this category was initially rejected before both of them came up with more reliable speedrunning strats, especially for touring.
They came up with the 4 missile strats, basically, which originally was thought to be too random. We were used to use a super missile for this to eliminate the Zebetite problem, but we have setups now to deal with that, which they pretty much came up with by themselves. I refined it slightly for the third and fourth Zebetites. But beyond that, like I have to give just massive props to them for giving me as much input and just helping as much as they did with this run.
So you're gonna go for the zigzag bomb jump, right?
No.
So what you're seeing DragonDarch do here for the first time is something called infinite double bomb jumping. The timing here is very precise. Like if you put a bomb too early, it's not going to hit you. If you put it too late, you're gonna a little bit too late is okay. But the timing is generally very precise. It's a lot easier to do an infinite single bomb jump where you put down 1 bomb at a time, but it's considerably slower. And you're going to be seeing him use double bomb a lot to overcome not having stuff like high jump and such.
Okay, good luck on these guys right here. I want that second one to be way to the right by the time I get there, so he turns around before I get to the door. That makes it much easier to get over him.
The other pattern, the Ripper is kind of going right and in your way, and it's really hard to jump over him. It's like a lot of enemies in Zero Mission start at the same placements, but they have 2 different behaviors when you enter the room, pretty much. So essentially, there's 2 different patterns per enemy, and it's usually not too big of a deal in Zero Mission, but that Ripper that he mentioned was one of those cases where it does matter.
As you'll notice, I'm pausing for a moment to get refills. Refills are, if you didn't guess already, refills are very important. Missiles are the best way to damage things in this game. They do 20 damage. My beam right now does 2.
Just to reiterate, the beam in Zero Mission is just absolutely terrible. Like like for each extra beam upgrade you get outside of charge beam, your uncharged shot does 1 extra damage. Like,
oh hey, I actually meant to save that there.
So like an ice plus wave would do the same amount of damage as ice plus long. So think about this. A fully stacked beam, so if you have every beam upgrade, a fully charged does 24 damage. A single missile does 20 damage. Just think about that. And a super missile does 100 damage. Yes. But he doesn't get a single super missile, so that doesn't matter.
Obviously, even in 100% speed run where you get all those upgrades, you never really used a beam at all.
We do. It's just
aside from the places where it's required.
Right.
Okay, this next section is actually really tough, so I'm going to make another safety save here because I forgot to make one before. Normally, I like to make a safety save in that save room near the entrance to North Fair because the ice beam, the hallway before ice beam can troll me on occasion. Okay, I'm going to reset the room, and we're just going to hope this Nova is in the correct place. Good. And I screwed that up. What? Why did my wall jump get cut short?
There you go.
Okay, I'm going to take very safe strats in here now.
So he was anticipating a Nova, which is like a flame enemy that's on the wall. It has to be in the right position.
So that Chozo statue is
well,
to tell you where the
work.
next place is supposed to go to, and
maybe
it conveniently gives you a health refill, but this is going kind of
Pretty
risky strats here, not getting that health refill right there.
Well, if I get that, it triggers a long cutscene that I don't want.
Yeah. But that's why it's risky.
So this is a shortcut here to be able to go to Ridley early without like a lot of crap, basically. And it's a standard route used even at any percent. And it's not really different in this category.
Okay, I gotta farm a little bit here.
He needs a lot of missiles for not only just the Imago Kun that's coming up, but the hall before it, because there's a lot of vines that you can't damage with your beam. You have to use missiles. He's gonna have to farm for some missiles here.
I got the missiles, but that Nova, I don't know where it is. I know I didn't hit it. It does enough. Okay, now it can't kill me. Huh, maybe I did hit it. But the Nova out there literally does like, I think it's 68 or close to 70 damage. And I've rolled out of there and landed right on top of it with nothing I could do about it.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where pretty much everything will start killing you one hit, even at full health.
So I've got a $502 donation over here.
Nice.
502, crew. 502.
From the Lightning Gozer. Shout outs to the crew with the love from the Lightning Gozer. This goes towards W-Mom and Chrono Trigger. My peoples, are you with me? Where you at? In the front, in the back. 502 on attack. That must have sounded weird when me reading it like that.
This fight's pretty straightforward. It's pretty much what you see. Just keep the Ripper frozen. There's 3 vines on each side, and each vine takes 3 missiles each. Kill. So you can shoot 3 missiles per wall jump, but it's a lot harder without high jump.
That was pretty much perfect right
That was
there.
really
That was a really good fight.
I got good missile luck. I didn't miss any shots like I usually do.
And just a quick update on the next donation incentive we've got coming up. It is to play the Aztec and Egypt levels in GoldenEye, which is about $222 off its goal right now. So if you guys want to see them play those extra levels, go ahead and get your donations in now.
Ridley's voice acting doesn't compare to Fusion's.
Okay, making a safety save here, because there's one hallway in this area that has a lot of side hoppers. They do like almost 70 damage a hit, and there's 6 of them. They take 2 missiles to kill. I'm gonna have to farm for a few missiles right here, but that's fully expected right now.
That's a missile block up there, so he does need to get a missile anyways. And this is a shortcut to be able to get to the eastern side of Ridley.
Ooh, I grabbed it. Holy crap.
Nice.
That never happens.
That's never happened before.
And no freezes. I didn't freeze any of the owls. Reset.
Okay, and literally 30 seconds after I mention that, it gets met. So,
Nice. Okay, this is the hall I was talking about right here. Ah, he was too far off. Okay, I don't want to fall down there.
so after that, other than our various name, let's look at one of the names. We've got a name war going on for
Very
Perfect
nice.
Dark, which happens after GoldenEye.
Have you covered the SMG incentive for
SMG incentive.
the
Rare
Galaxy,
Galaxy
for
too.
the extra star?
The perfect run. It should be at the top of the list there.
Let me take a look for you.
Because that's going to be pretty high.
We have not covered the perfect run. It is currently sitting at $2,447 out of $15,000. So if you guys want to see what has been
Ooh, it's
described
nice
as
showing
a,
itself every time, Kirby. Aren't you jealous?
I know, wow.
Unlike,
Zero beam, dang.
unlike Metroid Fusion, you can hit the eye every single time.
Yeah, in Metroid Fusion, Idor, there's an Idor before basically every boss. There's 10 Idors total, and it has a random chance of shooting a number of beams, and it wastes time. A lot of time.
All right, so Ridley takes 50 hits. There's 4. Now you're gonna see me kind of stand in a position right. Well, okay, you can shoot fireballs now if you want. I'm not even gonna go after that one right now. Yeah, so I'm 2 pixels below his hitbox right now. His body does 60 damage. His tail does 100 damage. And I need him to shoot fireballs. Bad positioning, dude.
This is an example where you see the second missile tank being useful.
Now these fireballs he's spitting can drop super missiles if you're really, really lucky, but don't count on it. Okay.
Ooh.
Don't like when he stops in the middle like that.
First try. Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Just an FYI, DragonDarch considers that to be the easiest boss. That's the easiest one.
Yeah, so I didn't mention that he can also grab me with his claw, which is basically death as well. So I have to stay perfectly underneath him. Also, thanks for being in the right place, Bug. Appreciate it.
I got a $100 donation from Dante Reborn, who says, as a relatively tall and lanky guy myself, I can't sit by and let Luigi miss out on all the fun.
Nice.
Let's get him to the party.
I approve of any Luigi donations. Actually, that's where my runner's choice stuff is going. Luigi.
Okay, thank you.
That is so scary.
Thank you for Sam for that strat. That never fails.
Those owls, I think they do like probably 70 damage to you.
80.
80? Okay.
Okay. There we go. I also have to thank SMK for this controller because mine is old. And
that's kind of an understatement.
And the stick is has probably about a 60% dead zone on it now.
I was watching him attempt to practice Turian earlier, and I was amazed at how many wall jumps he was dropping. And yeah, I noticed his controller was just complete and utter crap. And at first I thought there was a reason for this, and I'm like, what are you doing, man? And I'm like, do you like having a bad controller? And he's like, no, I'm just too lazy to get a new one. I'm like, so I'm hoping that this maybe leads to better results.
Also, here's another shortcut to not have to take the path to screw attack. You may notice that pretty much every shortcut here is pretty much intended. Like, there's almost nothing unintentional in Zero Mission. So 10% is pretty much intentional. I should also mention that in the PAL version of the game, the low percent on hard mode is 9%. And the reason for that is the 3 missile blocks I mentioned before, those stay destroyed in PAL version. They fixed that. So you do not need a second missile tank or a super missile tank to go through that.
Yeah, they fixed it, all right.
So they actually made low percent lower intentionally with that.
Yeah, of course, being this game with only 2 missiles instead of 4 missiles is...
It's unwatchable, unplayable, unfun, and I gotta thank Sam and ZX for coming up with the setups because that was the reason why we have the setups.
Yeah.
They, for some reason, thought that would be a great idea. Appreciate it, you guys.
Also want to give a shout out to DragonFangs, who is a fantastic TASer of this game and Fusion as well. And he has very good times in both games. He's a very good speedrunner. And he's also put together he's helped also with just routing out pretty much every category, and he knows pretty much the most about this game. And
he also made a very awesome hitbox viewer for this.
Yes,
which showed just how bad some of them really are.
It helped DragonDarch a lot with Torian in particular. And one last thing.
See a charge beam.
As kind of a shout out, a random plug, he made a 100% TAS on I don't remember his YouTube link, but he made a 100% TAS of Zero Mission, and it's freaking sick, and you have to watch it. It is amazing.
It is really, really good.
It is sick. It's relatively recent. It's like 5 or 6 months ago, which is relatively recent.
Yeah, it's because some new route changes were found for 100%, mostly by accident. And they just happen to end up being faster. So, well, complete reroute.
So now DragonDarch is going off to Kraid. But there's a trick you can do in Kraid called Ask the Ring Skip. And if it's power grip, it's not too bad. You pretty much skip activating the zip lines by crossing the left rim on, I think, the second door on the left as you enter the main chamber. However, you can't really do that in low percent, realistically, because after you beat Kraid, there's a really long hall requiring a zip line. And you're skipping speed boost, so you can't shine spark across it. So your only option is to use freeze the Rios, which is pretty much impossible to do on RTA. So there is a TAS of low percent hard.
No, it's normal.
It's normal. It's still really sick to watch. I think it's made by CP Adolf. I think it's around a year old or something.
That sounds about right.
So I recommend watching that as well.
Can you guys just quickly explain what a TAS is for people?
So a TAS stands for Tool Set Speedrun for the most part. And what it is basically someone uses an emulator to step through the game frame by frame, use a memory viewer, using save states, and pretty much trying to optimize the game as inhumanly, like pretty much as if a superhuman was playing it.
Well, it's been a while since anybody's done this because we were overwhelmed with excellent commentary from Golden and Sinister during the Super Metroid race. So just quickly let me know that we are putting all of the money that we raise, which so far is $647,275. towards the Prevent Cancer Foundation, who are an absolutely amazing charity. And we'd like to thank all of our donators.
Alright, so this boss is kind of dull. You're pretty much going to see the same thing over and over. He takes 30 missiles to take down.
Yeah, this guy's about a minute and a half faster than doing this. What the? Why didn't you drop it? Okay, that's fine. You don't have to drop anything for me.
So he has to wait a little bit, because if he jumps on the zipline too quickly, then the acid worm will go all the way across to the door, and you're not going to be able to shoot him. Like right here, except on the other end. You have to wait a little bit so he crashes in the wall there. Speaking of Super Metroid, I also want to kind of give a shout out to CPA Dolph, who I think he made a recent 100% Super Metroid TAS around the same month as Dragon Fangs finished the Zero Mission TAS. So I recommend watching both of those, because they're both freaking sick.
When we get a second, we get a roll call from the couch, please.
Sure. I'm Test Spinner.
I'm SMK.
Two shots.
Korean Master?
Guy running it is DragonDarch.
Yeah, I'm DragonDarch. Sorry, had to mention that I took 2 shots, just because.
Alright, so that's acid one right there. Now all the zip lines are activated, which makes life a bit easier.
Do you need to do the jumping stand to get past that?
Get past what?
To jump past the acid there? Right?
I'm actually not sure.
That missile's annoying, by the way. That's the only way to skip it, is to just go in the acid.
So yeah, when I mentioned acid worm skip, this is the notorious room where you do a bunch of crazy tricks to do it. Just 3 methods to do it. You see all these blocks right here? The most consistent method, if you have power grip, is to kind of climb through using power grip and then do a very precise bomb jump off the left lip of the last block to barely reach it. The other primary method is to use a horizontal bomb jump method.
Good luck with that.
It's very difficult. Not impossible, but it's very difficult.
Got a $1,000 donation here.
Wow.
From one Derek Yu. Wow. These Metroid runs are filling up the empty energy tank of my heart and putting a Varia suit around my soul. Keep attacking those screws. Peace on Earth and ZBs. I love you all. Thank you, Derek.
He's getting very unlucky with missile drops, unfortunately. Oh, there's one, finally.
Okay, I got 2, that's enough.
He needs 2 missiles, one to blow up the eye door and one to blow up the red door right behind it. Oh wow, you got that without the power grip.
Yeah, that's a 3-frame shot window right there.
Right.
Okay, so Kraid is the hardest boss to quick kill. I'll explain a little more probably after the fight. Okay, there's 4.
He takes 15 missiles to kill, not including the ones where you hit his eye to open up his mouth. Oop.
Okay, I hit him twice there, I think.
Getting this position is pretty tricky because you need far enough back where the swipes won't hit you.
Yeah, that was another 2.
That was only 2?
Yeah, that was only 2. The first one, I think, was too early.
Oh. Okay, I'll wait for the next claw swipe. Claw swipe, please. Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted. Okay, that was 11 shots. I didn't want 11.
Very nice. Very good. Just an FYI, everything in this fight one-hit KOs you except for the...
No, it doesn't.
Really?
No, there's nothing that one-hit KOs you.
Oh, I'm pretty sure everything did.
The belly button spikes do the most damage, though. Not the claw.
Okay, well, I guess I did the fight when I was like lower than 90 HP or something.
Got a $50 donation here from Havoc81. Disappointed I missed the Super Metroid race, but at least I get to catch the Zero mission run. Best of luck to you, DragonDarch.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it.
Also, that's how you skip speed boost. You can just enter in and leave, and then you can open a door.
Oh. Yeah, so messed up that ball jump.
That was close.
Oh, why? Dropping wall jumps. Oh god. I hate these enemies. This is one of the most frustrating rooms to deal with because of like everything. Okay, he's out of the way now. And I keep dropping wall jumps. Okay, fine. We'll do this the easy way. That room is just so annoying with the enemy placement. A little bit of RNG and I just can't do it very quick. And I have to make this safety save here because the next room is basically RNG. So this is the room that prevents low percent from skipping Acid Worm. Whew. Okay.
That was close.
Normally you would just use missiles to take them out, but hey, I don't have 10 missiles to take them all out.
Nice wall jumping there. Right, so Kraden and Ridley are both dead. Now he's going to go straight to Torian, and this is where the fun begins. Quote, quote.
Yeah, this is, in my streams, this is what I call where shit gets real. Because everything up to this point has pretty much been a warm-up. The game starts with Turian. Sweet drops.
Kind of sucks that you only have 4 missiles because each Metroid takes 5 missiles to kill. So
yeah, you're going to notice a very specific pattern which he's going to be taking out the Metroids with to try and minimize the amount of sort of drop luck that he needs. Basically, yeah, since each Metroid requires 5 and he can only carry 4, and the maximum number of missile drops from a single Metroid is 2, which means another 4 missiles on top of that. He basically wants to hit a Metroid with 4 missiles, get 1 refill, kill it, use that second missile on another Metroid, pick up the 2 drops that hopefully drop from the other one to finish off the second Metroid again.
Yeah, this would all be much simpler if you had 5 missiles. But...
yeah. It makes this go from just really hard to just insane.
he also goes in specific positions such that it's easy to keep refreezing the Metroids because if a Metroid grabs you, you're dead.
Right.
And also...
yeah, Metroids on normal mode do 1 damage per frame that they're latched onto you. On hard, it's 2. They kill me in 0.83 seconds. It's not physically possible for me to get a bomb on the ground and get it to explode before I'm dead.
Therefore, 1-hit kill.
yeah.
I think Dragon Fangs put it best. They do you die damage.
Also to mention in hard mode, the Metroid placements are different and there are overall more Metroids than in normal mode. I think DragonDarch knows all the Metroid numbers, and I don't, but there's a lot more in hard mode than normal.
Nice drops.
So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of frustration with getting good drops from the Cheerios.
Yes, they are called Cheerios.
Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Those are SpaghettiOs.
Okay, so... so there you saw he triggered the second Metroid so that it would be right ready to kill when he got the drops from the first one.
There you are.
So I believe, unlike Super Metroid, this game does give you drops on regular enemies proportional to what you currently have. So staying at full health means a better chance of getting missile drops.
No, Super Metroid's like that too. Super Metroid, if you're full on some ammo, you.
Oh, if you're full on the ammo, yeah.
And certain enemies will drop certain enemies will drop certain, like a lot more big health if you're very low, and so on and so forth.
No, I thought Super Metroid was only if you're full, it just removes that from the equation.
No, there's some enemies that will drop more big health if you're very low.
Yes, they can troll me like that, even if I'm full on energy. They'll just give me energy anyway. Don't really appreciate it.
In Super Metroid, there's a term called health bombing, where if you kill a boss and you're almost dead, it'll just drop a ton of health.
Well, yeah, bosses work that way,
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, I want to wait for this guy to respawn over here.
You have to be particularly careful with the SpaghettiOs because they actually do quite a bit of damage. They don't kill you, but the damage stacks up quickly. And they can put you out of position as well, really easily.
All right. This next room is the hardest room in this entire section. I'm going to go back and take a safety save for it.
He's not kidding.
This next room, on normal, it has 4 Metroids. On hard, it has 8. It's a little 4x4 room. They crammed every Metroid they could possibly get in there. When I drop down to trigger the first few Metroids, I trigger 4 of them to start with. 3 of them can actually come up and get me. But yeah, as Kirby was saying earlier, there are more Metroids overall. There's 35 on hard. On normally, there's only 23. So this is hard mode. Just welcome to hard mode.
They were not kidding when they made hard mode. This is legitimately hard.
And also, as you can see, kind of Metroid 2 style, the Metroids do not respawn.
Yeah,
which is really good.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Here we go.
All right. Didn't get the manipulation right there. That's fine though.
Nice.
All right, that's not exactly how I usually do that, but I'll take it. Those guys come at me. Oh, come on, I need 4. There we go. I want to freeze these Rinkas ahead of time, so I'm not dealing with them with this guy and this guy.
Ooh. It's the other problem with the Rinkas is that they can get in the way of your freeze shots, which makes life difficult.
They're not Rinkas, they're SpaghettiOs.
Sorry, yes.
He jumped up there to spawn the Rinka from above for a better chance of more drops. Except he's getting trolled. Still getting trolled.
You think this is trolling?
There we go.
All right. That, like I said, hardest room in Turian.
Still deathless.
That's unusual, too. Usually I get out of there with more than 2 missiles. Oh, well, there's a green one here. And I missed it.
You could get a super missile drop. Oh, wait.
There we go. Green ones always drop something. It's a guarantee. This is the room if I'm going to get bad luck. Here we go. See? All right, you are going to cough up another missile. Thank you. Oh, don't get stuck down there, buddy. Please don't get stuck. Oh, there we go.
This room in particular sucks because there are so few Rinkas that it's really hard to get appropriate drops. Ah.
Oh well.
There we go.
Really? Thanks, Metroids. Really appreciate it. Okay, let that guy come up. I'm gonna drop down here, get back all the way back up here.
That was nice. Very nice.
Wow, that was really good.
I've got a $50 donation here from Alex Oric, who says, the Metroid runs remind me of friends who thought they were good at these games. They clearly had no clue. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Alex.
This is one of those rooms that actually has fewer Metroids in hard mode than normal. They're
No.
just in... Are they? Pretty sure they're fewer in hard.
No, it's the same number. They're just positioned differently.
Oh, okay. Well, they're positioned in even more spots than in normal mode.
Nice hitbox. Nice drop. Missile, please.
Oh!
Wow!
Yeah. I mean, as safe as it looks that he's taking this, you can't afford to take any risks at all. Like, the slightest mistake and you're gone.
Give me my missile. It happens. Like you pretty much just have to expect to die in this run. There's just safe strats only go so far. Get over here. I don't want to go after that, but I'm going to anyway.
By the way, sometimes if you think a Metroid is stuck by another frozen Metroid,
You
usually
think
you're
again.
wrong. You're usually wrong.
Metroid hitboxes are terrible. The red stuff inside is the hitbox. The green stuff does not count. Nice drop.
It's like that Metroid right there could squeeze through to the bottom if he hates you.
Oh god, I don't like his positioning.
I think he can actually go through the corner there.
He could if I let him. I know my timing, mostly. I kind of wish I do this on the other side because I can kill the Rinka up on the wall and actually pick up the drops. For some reason, you can't do it on walls on the right. Ooh, I actually didn't want to kill him now that I think about it. Whatever. You.
Like that.
Come on. There we go. That's what I was trying to do last time. There we go. Huh. That's fine. Whatever.
Right.
What am I doing that for?
There's
Do
one.
that.
That's it, right?
Yeah, that's all the Metroids.
Metroids are done. Now come the Zebatites and Mother Brain.
That's nothing.
That's actually not that bad compared to the Metroids.
The Metroids are the meat of this entire area.
Like, they may seem really intimidating, the Zebatites and the Mother Brain, but you'll see some really interesting strats that DragonDarch uses. Hopefully RNG will cooperate.
So he drops his missile count by 1 in order to manipulate more missiles appearing, because he actually needs more than 4 missiles to break through the barriers called Zebatites. So you'll notice him burning a missile every single time that he needs to break through one, such that he can manipulate a higher number of drops from all the Rinkas surrounding him.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So each Zebatite takes 7 missiles to kill. However, if you let, I think over a half second in between, if you let it go for over a half second without damaging it, then it refills by like 20 HP, which is 1 missile. So you can't let there be over a half second gap between of not damaging it.
Wait a moment. Over here. You. Nothing. Good job. Good job, Rinkas. Appreciate it. I'm trying to spawn more Rinkas from up above. There's one. Okay, this might still work.
Very nice. Very nice.
So yeah, basically he needs 2 missile drops on screen, plus the 3 in his inventory at any time, and then hit them all perfectly.
Okay, that guy's gonna come out of freeze quickly. Anything? Anything? No.
There
there's 2.
3.
That was too close. And that's the missile down there is the only one I can't use. Okay, you need to drop one now.
Very
nice.
nice.
Okay, now we're gonna go back and make a safety save, because who wants to watch me do that again? However, that was actually really, really good luck.
Yeah.
That could have been much worse.
I was watching a practice run where I had to spend like 4 attempts on the first one alone.
Yeah. The luck, usually I have more trouble getting the Rinkas to spawn than I do getting the missile drops. But I would kill for luck like that in an actual attempt on a run. All right, so now Mother Brain. I don't even know where to start with this. Quit getting in my way, Turk. Jeez, they're all out to get me.
So, counterintuitive though it may be, this is actually the safest point in the room here. When you're crouched down, there's no way the beam can hit you, either the I-beam or the side beam stuff. So you basically just camp out here and take it out. Every 3 missiles that hits the eye will trigger the eye shooting its beam.
In normal mode, it's 5. In hard mode, it's 3. Mother Brain takes, I think, 35 missiles to kill, yes. So, and there's a 20 to break the glass. Ooh.
Oh, thought I have him. There it is.
Very nice. Now he has to escape, but he has 1 minute to escape, and that's actually very tight. So.
Yeah, this is another thing that changes between difficulties, the amount of time you have for the escape.
Normally escaping in 1 minute is not a big deal at all, but he doesn't have speed boost. And you're kind of supposed to have speed boost to escape, but the developers put in like an alternative path, which takes a lot of extra time.
You're supposed to have speed boost, and they expect you to kind of have high jump.
That too.
So if you don't know the path up all these shafts, like the fast way, you're probably going to have single digits, if not really close to 0.
All right, so we've got a $3,000 donation here.
Wow.
From the Yeti, saying, "Hey all, Yeti Glenn here. We've officially hit $19,000 raised from shirts."
Wow.
I'm sorry I couldn't save the animals. We all know that's a luck-based run and there was too much RNG and my death warp strat didn't work. Open brackets, that's never happened before, close brackets. I'm not sure if we'll get another donation in, so in what might be my final comment to the marathon, I humbly ask that you all give a round of applause to the artists that submitted designs. Carrie Fry, Drew Wise, Justin Chan, Miski, Nina Matsumoto, Dozan Ho, Mark Junker, and Amanda Flagg. And I think Kari's on stream right now, so stand up and take a bow. And they are putting all $3,000 towards getting Luigi to the party.
Yeah! Go Luigi!
Right. So the suitless section is actually not that bad at all. It's pretty much the same thing as a normal speedrun, honestly.
Outside of I have no energy tanks, and there's some slight differences on hard. There's a couple of rooms where there's like searchlights. There's a few more of them in the rooms, as if there weren't enough already. Mm-hmm. And there's 2 save points that are just completely shut off.
One of them doesn't really matter in a speedrun. The other kind of does, because if an alarm's going off, which usually it will be, you enter that save room and leave it to shut off the alarm to unlock the gates. But that one's gone. So if the alarm's going off at that time, which we'll point out when that happens, then at that point, then all you can do is wait at the gate.
Is there anything there instead?
No, it's just completely blocked. There's just a wall instead.
Okay, so I skipped that map right there. Picking up that map is a mark of shame in the Zero Mission community.
So in normal mode and stealthless, a pirate does 100 damage, so you die in 1 hit. In hard mode, you do 200 damage.
So I'd still
it
die
doesn't
in
matter.
1 hit.
So
Still die in 1 hit.
So like from here on out, everything kills you in 1 hit. I think there's like 2 attacks from Mecha Ridley that doesn't kill you, and like the atomics lightning attacks that don't kill you either. But everything else kills you in 1 hit.
Yes.
That wall
Nice.
jump is extremely tight.
I don't know what the frame window is on it, but I'm sure Dragonfangs knows. But I'm guessing it's only a handful of frames, if that.
Yeah, if you get caught, then you have to do some stuff to get the alarm to go ahead and stop in order to continue. There's shutters that stop the way forward.
Damn, Dragonfangs is still right on that jump.
Yeah, for some reason when you jump, if you do a spin jump, then like half the time for some reason you can't make it without power gripping. But if you just do a straight jump, you always make it without power gripping. And it probably has something to do with self pixels, at least according to Dragonfangs.
So generally a good rule to blame sub-pixels.
Sub-pixels are so last year, though.
What is this, a Sonic game?
It's Castlevania.
Yes. So
Alright, so searchlights are very different here in hard and normal mode. There's more, and they just have different patterns as well.
he exited and re-entered to reset the pattern on the searchlights. just because consistency is important.
Also, the zero mission community usually goes by game time, so those door transitions don't cost quite as much as it appears.
Low percent hard is kind of ran only by DragonDarch for the most part, so it's kind of so that's kind of RTA for him because of deaths and stuff. But generally speaking, zero mission does go by in-game time, and the in-game.
Oh, okay, I'm all right.
He's fine. The in-game timer only ticks pretty much when you're on the game screen. So like whenever you have an item acquisition screen, the game timer is still going on. If you're saving, the game timer is still going. But if you're door transitioning or pausing or going to the menu via a major upgrade, then the timer's not going. So do you have a name for that pirate that you shot?
I was just thinking of that. We need to give him a name.
So that pirate he shot, he notices you, but the alarm doesn't go off. And you can hear him make the I found you kind of sound. But for some reason he doesn't notice you. So.
Yeah, I don't really understand it, but hey, I'm not gonna argue.
And I think like most of your mission runners just do it because it's fun and you have nothing else to do.
Okay, good. That room is kind of scary for me because wall jumping from the right is actually really, really difficult on an analog stick.
That's intentional, by the way. It's fast to get caught.
Okay, Sam's rats.
Do the I-beams do?
They don't kill you, no.
It's like 16 damage, I think.
It's not much at all. So he did a very specific sequence here, if it goes right.
Nope, it didn't.
No, he didn't, no. So if he did that sequence perfectly, where he actually went a little bit slower, then that last pirate would have been facing right, and the alarms would turn off. Which doesn't matter at this moment, but coming up is the save room that I mentioned before. And if the alarm was still off, then he could just keep going. But if the alarm is still on, the save room's not there, so he has to wait. In normal mode, if the save room is there, then the strategy that DragonDarch was trying to do, which we nicknamed the Sam strat.
I think the pirate got confused.
The strat saves, I think, like 2 seconds of real time and 20 frames of in-game time, if done perfectly. At least according to Sam. Oh my god, it's a power bomb. By the way, you can't do anything to that pirate.
The power bombs are just a graphic. They don't give you anything.
Like, I think the TAS even shoots the pirate, but it goes through him.
Yeah, he tried. He wanted it so badly.
Well, especially since that's like the biggest cause for backtracking and having to.
Huh, that upper pirate didn't shoot at the lower one for a change. Crawl, Samus. Crawl!
Why can't Samus crawl? Oh, this might be close.
Fun fact, that has never hit me before.
Really?
Not once.
Well, it hits you if you're too high while going through the door. It's guaranteed to not hit you if you're running through the door.
I've never had that problem.
I've gotten hit by it before because I was flipping high through the door. And
Well, that's because you're not me.
Late.
I've never
The
once
call-outs.
been hit by that beam.
Then again, you've never pulled a Kirby.
It's true. No one can pull a Kirby like you, man.
So for people wondering what pulling a Kirby is, it's kind of a meme in the zero mission community. I think I kind of sucked at the any percent category back when this happened, but we were doing a race. I was about to die to the black pirates at the very end, but I survived. And I went to the ship that you exit through, and I got killed by the pirate that jumps out of the ship.
Which is
And now that's
extremely impressive.
Yes,
Yeah.
very impressive. All I had to do is press B once, and I would have been fine. But I died to the last pirate in the game.
You have screw attack at that point. You're invulnerable.
It was an any percent, so
Not-
you don't
not
have
an
to
any
attack.
percent, you
Okay,
don't.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so we call this guy Charlie.
I don't know why.
Jagger
Someone-
G.
Okay, Jagger G.
We had a bunch of names for him, you know, Chozo Guardian, Chozo Test, Getting Your Suit Back. Jagger's just like, I shall call him Charlie.
There is an interesting strat here you can do, where after you damage Charlie, you can shoot the mirror and damage yourself, and that on average makes the next weak point appear 1 second faster. You can't do it here though, because Charlie does 50 damage in normal mode. In hard mode, that's 100, so you'll die if you do it. If you ever see a zero mission runner come here and they have like plenty of health, then you'll see that's why you see them shooting themselves. And you see DragonDarch walking back and forth because during the second and third round, it manipulates it so lightning
Bad
doesn't
timing.
fall down. Oh, that was terrible luck.
Yeah, it was bad timing on the first one.
Yes!
Got the glitch!
Yes! Yes! Shoot, fire. Aw, you're supposed to fire some shots.
No, I just get myself stuck in a wall jump position.
Oh, you can do that too.
You're normally supposed to get stuck kind of staring up at the ball, but if you're turning around on the frame that it tries to stick you, it's just like, pff, whatever.
And you get control of Samus, and you can do some fun stuff.
And we get a free Varia suit for I don't know, just something,
For free.
I guess. Yes, it does. That's why it's 10%.
Forced on you. It's like even in 100% runs, you skip Varia suit because the game gives it to you anyways.
All right, let's see if this pirate cooperates. Oop, he's right there instead.
So
I know.
This is still really hard because a pirate will still one-hit KO you.
Yeah, normally he's on that upper platform, but occasionally he'll be on that lower one, and very rarely he'll be just straight below me and I'll die. But that's only happened once, actually.
Also, the lack of high jump affects your space jumping a lot, so space jumping is kind of crap.
Get up there.
So that's the hidden path developers put in so you can skip screw attack.
I have a $50 donation from Gumby8, who says, "Now I know why I never played the 2D Metroid games. I can only imagine the crazy, sweaty nightmares these games have given DragonDarch." Thank you, Gumby.
So this part is pretty straightforward. It's just making sure you freeze pirates and don't get hit a single time. There's nothing really special going on.
It's a description of like the entire game. Yeah, you just make sure you don't get hit the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward.
Basically, once you hit Turian, there's always something that'll kill you in one hit. So, I missed him. He'll live today. I actually want the alarms on right now because this guy spawns farther back. Normally, if I do that with the alarms off, I'll have it pop up and he'll be literally right in my face.
We mentioned a player called Jagger-G who coined the name Charlie. He's a very good. He's also one of the top Fusion Zero mission runners who does a lot of races. And he's probably the Trihex of GBA Metroids because he just goes for all the swag routes and stuff. So I recommend following him. Twitch.tv/JAGGERG. I don't know how to spell.
So we've got a $50 donation from Inden, who says, "This is just so awesome. You guys are going to have a hard time topping yourselves next year. Good job, everyone."
That one's a little tricky to do fast because that last Bombu there can shoot, and I don't know if he's, and I can't tell until I get him on screen whether or not he's going to. They do 50 damage. So they don't quite one-hit me, but it's close. And I had to kill that pirate outside of or kill that pirate and re-enter the room because otherwise I can't use the save point.
Please do remember out there, if you are donating,
Yeah, up there.
we are coming towards the end of our little Metroid block here. So if you do want to get yourself in for the cast poster, the action figure, any of the prizes, please get your donations in now.
So DragonDarch, how's life?
We're working. We call him Work Robot.
Yeah, from Super Metroid.
It's not too big of a deal in standard categories because you actually have missiles, but he doesn't in low % hard. So
Rest in peace, Work Robot. Our drop stats.
oh, we'll see him again.
Drop
We
some
will.
battle crabs.
We'll see him again.
I didn't tell you to get up. All right, this next section is kind of tricky to do correctly.
Very nice.
Oh, not going in there right now. Wait for you guys to shoot. Okay, the alarms are off. He's gonna take off, so I'm gonna have to reset the room. Which is fine. I want the alarms on when I come into this room. It's actually really important for my strat. All right.
Ooh.
All right, I'm okay. Yeah, so if I don't have the alarms on, the 3 pirates that are up above in that little dip there, all 3 of them will go right. If the alarms are on, one goes up to the left for whatever reason, and it lets me do that strat right there. Otherwise, that room is really, really slow.
All right, so the upcoming boss we nicknamed Iron's Head. I'm not sure why.
I don't know. That one's been there since I started running this 10 years ago.
And is arguably probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest boss in low percent hard.
Let's put it this way. On any other category, you walk into the room, he does his entrance, and then he self-destructs.
Pretty much.
On low percent, he's a legit final boss. Like, he is worthy of being the final boss.
Yeah. A lot of the bosses in Zero Mission are very, very fast if you have a lot of ammo. But when you don't have a lot of ammo, it becomes extremely challenging.
I do want to call serious time for this, by the way. Phase 2. This is where it gets hard. Oh crap. Like this pattern.
First freaking try! Oh my god! Well, unfortunate thing is it's not over yet. He still has to escape and not die.
So, just a quick update to follow that on. After the $3,000 donation from the Yeti, we have broken $651,000.
You still want serious time for this?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not used to having 3 of them over there. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Normally, I only end up with 2 of them over there like that. Whatever. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get any missile drops at the end of the fight, so. That's why I said that was fine from that hit earlier. Dying.
Wow! What's the final time?
PB!
Wait, isn't that an RTA record?
That's an RTA record.
You just saw the RTA world record.
Yep.
You just saw it.
One
You only
death.
died once. That's amazing.
PB on deaths.
One death. Wow. That was amazing.
A great run.
So to that guy out there who donated to say minus $50 for each death,
$950.
DragonDarch demands his $950.
Oh, man.
Wow. GG. That was amazing.
That was seriously awesome.
absolutely
Thank you,
incredible.
DragonDarch. Hey, we're going to just remind you that we are AGDQ 2014. And if you are going to be talking about us out there on social media, use the hashtag AGDQ 2014.
That was amazing.
There's more eyes.
That was
We're on our
amazing.
marathon.
Very good job, man.
Fantastic run.
And now that DragonDarch has done entertaining us all with that hour of insanity, we are going to be moving into what.
Overlaps the first rocket, it's undodgeable. He didn't give that to me, thankfully. As is tradition with running Zero Mission, we get to guess the in-game time.
I have no idea what estimates are.
I want to go with 51:38, I'm guessing. Complete guess, because I don't know either.
49.
If I get that...
Price is right, say 1 minute.
50-50.
1 hour flat, right? You're gonna pull an AGDQ 2012, right?
I wish. $52.11.
Damn it!
Close. You were closest. Too bad Price is Right rules. All right.
Okay,
Thanks,
so
everybody,
before
for
everyone
watching.
before
dropped my
everybody
mic.
dissipates,
My mic fell off.
before everybody dissipates, I have a $950 donation
Nice. Thank you, Dragon Fangs.
from Dragon Fangs.
Yeah.
Well,
Everyone, by the way, the guy who donated $950, he is an awesome streamer. You should follow him as well. His stream is twitch.tv/DragonFangs. Exactly how it sounds like. He is a very good runner and taster of Zero Mission and Fusion.
his comment is, I'm a man of my word. One death is really impressive. A well-earned $950 for DragonDarch's choice. However, you're going to need to split that DragonDarch because that will take the Luigi thing way over the top after the Yeti's donation. So if you want to chat to the guys over here when you're done. And after that absolutely stunning run, we're going to be moving into a game that should harken back to a lot of people's college years. Well, at least mine anyway. GoldenEye.